Imagine being fast. Now imagine being so fast that your own teammates, driving the same car with the same engineers, the same data, and the same simulator, still can't get anywhere near you. That's not just talent. That's something far more uncomfortable. That's a driving style so extreme, so specific, and so unforgiving that copying it becomes almost impossible. That driver is Max Verstappen. And today we're pulling apart the one question that refuses to go away in modern Formula One. Why can't Max Verstappen's teammates drive like him, even when they try? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Verstappen's dominance isn't just about speed. It's about a style of driving that punishes anyone who doesn't understand it at a microscopic level. And trust me, once you see it, you'll never watch an onboard lap the same way again. Let's rewind. Max Verstappen didn't learn his driving style in Formula One. He didn't even learn it in Formula 3. His instincts were forged years earlier in karting, where precision wasn't optional and mistakes weren't forgiven. From a very young age, Max learned to drive a vehicle that was constantly on the edge of grip, where sliding wasn't a mistake, it was survival. That foundation created something rare, a driver who doesn't fear instability. Most drivers do. Here's the first uncomfortable truth. Max Verstappen actively prefers a car that feels unstable. Read that again. While most drivers want a planted rear end and predictable balance, Max wants an aggressive front end that bites into corners, even if the rear slides underneath him. That choice alone instantly separates him from almost every driver on the grid. Now think about what that means for teammates. When Red Bull builds a car to be fast, not easy, it naturally leans toward Verstappen's preference: sharp turn-in, nervous rear, high rotation, massive potential lap time. If you can control it. And this is where teammates start to crack. Pierre Gasly struggled. Alex Albon struggled. Sergio Perez, an experienced race winner, publicly admitted he had to completely rewire his driving style just to understand what Max was doing. And even then, he couldn't replicate it consistently. Why? Because Verstappen's inputs are microscopic, his steering corrections are smaller, his throttle application is smoother but earlier. His braking overlaps with steering in a way that rotates the car without destabilizing it. He doesn't react to slides. He anticipates them. This is not normal. Most drivers operate in phases: brake, turn, accelerate. Max blends all three into one continuous motion. That's why onboard footage of his laps often looks calmer than it should, even when the car is dancing beneath him. And here's where teammates fall into the trap. They look at the data, they see the speed, they try to copy the outcome. Later braking, earlier throttle, sharper rotation, without understanding the sequence. And that's fatal, because Verstappen's style only works if every input is timed perfectly. 1 extra degree of steering, 1 millisecond too much throttle, 1 brake release that's slightly rushed, and the car snaps. This is why teammates often describe the Red Bull as on edge. For Max, that edge is home. For others, it's a cliff. Now, quick pause. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, do me a favor and hit the like button. It tells the algorithm you're still awake, and it tells me to keep making these deep dive F1 breakdowns instead of generic race recaps. Deal? Good. Now let's go deeper, because this gets even more brutal. Max Verstappen's driving style is built around early rotation. He rotates the car before the apex, meaning he's already pointed toward the exit while others are still waiting for grip. That gives him earlier throttle application. Not more aggressive throttle, but earlier throttle. And that tiny advantage compounds down every straight. Over one lap, that's tenths. Over a race distance, it's domination. Teammates try to replicate this by turning in harder. And that's where it all goes wrong. They overload the front tyres. The rear steps out uncontrollably. Confidence disappears, and once confidence is gone, lap time follows it out the door. Max doesn't turn harder. He turns earlier. Hat distinction matters. And it's why copying his style without his instincts is like trying to dance by reading footnotes instead of hearing the music. But here's the twist. Verstappen isn't just aggressive, he's surgical. One of the biggest myths about Max is that he's wild. In reality, he's one of the most controlled drivers on the grid. His tyre management proves it. His long-run pace proves it. His consistency proves it. He understands slip angle better than almost anyone. He knows exactly how much the tyres can slide before they overheat. He allows just enough movement to rotate the car, but never enough to punish the rubber. That balance is incredibly rare. Max Verstappen drives with absolute confidence that the car will respond exactly as he expects. That confidence doesn't come from ego. It comes from thousands of hours operating at the limit. When the rear steps out, he doesn't panic. When grip disappears, he doesn't hesitate. He trusts his instincts. Teammates don't. And that split-second hesitation is the difference between a purple sector and a mistake. This is also why Verstappen adapts faster to regulation changes. When cars become more unpredictable, like they will in 2026, drivers who rely on stability struggle. Drivers who thrive in instability feast. That's a cliffhanger worth holding on to. Because if 2026 brings lighter cars, sharper energy deployment, and less aerodynamic crutches, Verstappen's style becomes even more valuable, not less. And here's the truly terrifying part for the rest of the grid. Max is still refining this style. He's calmer now, smarter, more selective. He doesn't need to prove anything anymore, and that makes him more dangerous. Early career Max forced gaps. Current Max waits and then takes them when they hurt most. Mid-race reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Think of it like DRS for your YouTube algorithm. It gives this channel a straight-line speed boost, and it costs you absolutely nothing, unlike Ferrari's strategy calls. Now let's land this. Max Verstappen's driving style can't be copied because it isn't learned from textbooks or simulators alone. It's built from instinct, repetition, and a comfort level with chaos that very few drivers possess. It demands precision without safety nets, confidence without overcorrection, aggression without waste. Teammates don't fail because they're slow, they fail because the style demands perfection. And that's why, year after year, we keep seeing the same story play out. New teammate, new hope, same result. So now I want your opinion. Is Max Verstappen's driving style the greatest strength in modern Formula One? Or is it a ticking time bomb waiting for the wrong regulation change? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you want to understand why this exact style could dominate the 2026 era, click the video on screen right now, because that one explains how the next generation of F1 cars might actually be built around drivers like Max. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one, where Formula One stops being just racing and starts making sense.